Today's goal is to put an image on glass with the xTool F2 Ultra UV. And I know it can do it, but I haven't done it yet. So we're going to do that. And what I can't find a video of is where someone has done a material test on glass with this laser. So we're going to do that too. We're going to do a material test on this piece, and then we'll put an image on this piece. And they're not the same thickness, but hopefully that doesn't matter. I've got my cut plate flipped upside down so I can prevent damage in the base of the laser as the laser beam passes through, like I did with my F1 Ultra. I've got a permanent image on that. We'll also use a piece of tape or a piece of paper or something to make sure that we get focused right on the surface of the glass. And I'm just glad we don't have to paint anymore. Like we did in the past. At least I understand you don't have to with UV, but we'll find out. And the UV laser's got a short wavelength. You can't see the beam. And even with the lid closed, you want to be sure to protect your eyes. I've got a pair of OD8 Plus glasses, and they've got the range printed on the lens, which is a good thing. And I'm not trying to sell you these. I'm not an affiliate, and I'm not sponsored. But I will put a link in the description. You can go check them out if you like. And the glasses you're using now, just check them and see if they're rated or if they've got the rating printed on the glasses somewhere. If not, they may be a little suspect as to whether they'll protect you with this laser or any of the other lasers you may have. So we're going to jump into xTool Studio and set up this material test, run that, and then we'll pick a graphic and put it on that second piece. Okay, let's do it. Okay, here we are in xTool Studio. I've got a piece of tape across the glass, like I said, to help with focusing. And once that's done, we will take it off. Now, prior to version 1.5.8, with your material test, you could go to the material test, which is over here, and then you could pick your material from there. But that's no longer the case, at least for me. So, knowing the material that you're working with, you should probably at least look at the closest material to that. So we'll take a look at this clear soda lime glass, apply it, we'll get a shape, change it to engrave, and see what kind of settings they got. You can see it's recommending a power of 90, speed of 300, and 300 lines per centimeter. So you don't want to go too far away from that when you're doing your test. And I know when the base test comes up, it recommends something like 15,000 millimeters for a max and certainly 100% power. So we're going to adjust that some. So we're going to go back here. We're just going to put it on unknown material because with the material test is user defined now, unless I've completely missed something. So we've got our square. We're going to make that square just 8 millimeters. You want to select it, go over to applications, go to material test array, and this looks different after the recent update as well. And here you could at one time, prior to the update, select the material you were working with. But now it's just user defined. And like I said, unless I'm missing something, if somebody else knows better, please let me know. So we've got a max power, so we're going to change that to 90. Minimum of 10 power, we'll change that to 20. We don't need a 15,000 millimeter max. We will go 600. And we've got our column spacing, and we'll go with that. We're going to click OK. And here's what we've got. So this is the test. You just need to frame and then get it lined up. And this is already framed and focused. I can make this a little larger to see. After you get the test set up, if you'll click away, it'll show you the individual for each of the blocks. So if you needed to change one, I suppose you could. I haven't done it yet. So I'm going to take this tape off and we'll hit go. Well, that looks promising. So I'll take a closer look at which one looks the best, and we will get our graphic and put it on that other piece. All right, so we're back in xTool Studio, and I'll pop up the test, but to me it looks like the best result is about 160 millimeters per second and around 80% power. So we're going to go with that. So again, I'll take this tape off. I just had it on for focusing, and I just put a couple of pieces to hold it top and bottom. You can see where the image burned through the first piece of glass and went onto the plate. And that's how I put the image on my F1 Ultra. So hopefully I can avoid that in the future. Maybe y'all can too. So we're going to go over to Elements, and we're just going to find something to engrave with those settings. Let's see. Let's just do this flower. That looks about right. So we're going to engrave. We're going to do, nope. We're going to do 80% power. 160 millimeters per second, 300 lines per centimeter, and leave the frequency at 40. And I think that will get us there. Let me hit frame one more time to make sure we're good. Looks good. So I'm going to take this piece of tape off and we'll hit it and see what we get. All right, folks. Well, there is my first glass engraving with the xTool F2 Ultra UV. And I think it turned out pretty good, and that material test really helped. The material test is a little weird after the recent upgrade with the software, but I don't know. Like I said, just check the closest material you can find to it, see what the range is, and just don't go too far outside of that, and you should be okay. Well, since we know these settings worked, it's a good idea to save them. So just select your graphic. You can see up top it still says unknown material. Go here next to user defined and click Save Settings. Name it whatever will help you remember. And then just click away. You can add a photo if you like. You can add main characteristics. Typically glass comes with a protective film, so we'll just select that. Down here you can put the parameters in, or you can just put anything else, custom, and then click submit. You can see it shows up here now. You click that, you can go to My Materials. They're all in here. And if you select it, here you could go delete it if you want to delete it. Just select it down here at the bottom, delete. Here you can edit and you can make adjustments as needed. But it's a good idea to save them once you get them figured out. So if you have questions, let me know. I'm glad to answer them if I can. I've got a lot to learn with this laser. And if you got any tips for me, please send them. I appreciate it. I learn a lot from viewers and it helps me out. So just check back often for new videos. You folks take care and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.